Hi everyone, and welcome to the Million Dollar Project. The first thing you're going to want to do is log on to Google Classroom and click on the appropriate class. Once you are in the class, you will see the Million Dollar Project. Right here is the Google Doc, which will give you all of the instructions as well as the rubric. And then these are two links that I will show you about in a minute to use for your spreadsheets. And then here is an example of the dream board that you are going to create. So we'll go ahead and click on the instructions. Here is the Million Dollar Project. So congratulations, you just inherited $1 million into your bank account and you can spend the money almost any way that you want to choose. There are a few things you will have to do, and your goal is to get as close to $1 million as you can. So you want to be able to spend $1 million. There is a checklist of items right here. So this is for you to use to mark off as you choose, or you can highlight it. If you're going to edit this document, make sure that you go to File and make a copy so that it saves it for yourself. You have to buy these things. You have to buy a house. You have to buy a mode of transportation. That can be a helicopter. That can be a boat. That can be a car. That can be a motorcycle. It's your choice. Some way to get you around. You have to start a college savings account. It is up to you with how much money you want to spend in that account. In one of your other classes, you did a college preparedness lesson, and so maybe that will give you an idea of how much money you need to put in that account for your college savings. You also need to give to a charity of your choice, so you'll need to research charities that mean something to you. And then you have to also calculate your daily living expenses. Then the rest of the money is yours to spend as you wish. You do have to have a budget sheet. You have to have your estimated living expenses. Those are those two Google spreadsheets that I was showing you earlier, and I will explain those in just a minute. And then you also have to create an online dream board using Piktochart with all the items that you plan to purchase, and I will show you an example of that as well. So let's go back to Google Classroom. We will click on this spreadsheet. This is your estimated living expenses. Again, you can use this one if you choose to do that. Make sure you go to File, make a copy, and save your own, or you can create your own. It is completely up to you. So I did an estimate of my daily living expenses. I said that I was going to get Starbucks every day. I was going to spend $25 either at the grocery store or going out to eat. I was going to spend $50 just for shopping, $50 to take care of my animals, and $25 for gas or travel. This is a rough estimate. It's not everything you're going to spend every day. I'm not going to really go to Starbucks every day. I'm not really going to spend $50 shopping every day. This is just an estimate. So, for example, I would spend $155 a day times 365 days, because that's how many days are in a year. That means I will spend $56,575 for just 1 year. You have to figure out your estimated living expenses for the next 10 years. So I did that times 10 years, and that's $565,750. That's quite a lot of money. So I might want to reevaluate my living expenses, or if I'm okay with that, that's fine too. It's completely up to you. Then here is an example of your budget sheet. Again, you can use this one or you can create your own. If you choose to use this one, make sure that you make a copy of it so that it saves it. And then you are going to put down everything that you plan to buy. So here's a new house. I write down the cost of the house. You don't have to worry about taxes. My starting balance, just like I showed you in a bank account, will be $1 million. After I subtract the $213,000, that's my ending balance. Then you have to find the percent of the total budget. You can do this in one of the two ways that you've been taught, either the multiplication or the ratio way. You have to find of the total budget. So your total budget is $1 million. You are always finding the percent out of $1 million. So my house at $213,000 is 21% of my budget. And then I will go down and type in a car. Now you want to be specific, so I'm going to get a 2017 4Runner. And I would put in the cost, subtract it. Here's my starting balance now. So let's say it costs, $50,000. My new starting balance is $786,001. So then I would subtract the $50,000 from that, and I would get $736,000 and $1,000. And then I would find the total percent of that amount. So once you have figured out down here your ending balance, you want it to be as close to zero as you can get, because that means that you've spent almost all of your $1 million. Once you've figured out everything that you want to buy, you need to go to Piktochart and you will create your dream board. Here's an example of mine. So I decided here's the house that I wanted to buy that I found online at Zillow. Here's the charity that I want to donate to. I would also go on a vacation. I would maybe get some more beagles. I would maybe buy a lake house. Here's a 4Runner I was talking about. Here's the college that I would pay for, and then I just kind of decorated it any way I wanted. Now, this is just an example. Your dream board will have a lot more things on it because you will be spending a lot more of your money than I did in just this example. So, have fun, spend your $1 million, and do some math too.